Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Adrienne King, and it's my pleasure to serve as UToledo's Associate Vice President for Marketing and Communications. I'll also be serving as the facilitator for today's Countdown to Launch discussion. The University of Toledo has been working diligently to prepare to welcome students back this fall. We're counting down the days until you arrive. There will be some changes on campus, and we're looking forward to being able to share some of those items with you over the next coming weeks. Each week, we'll be hosting a different webinar on a different topic, so you'll have an opportunity to meet with a lot of different campus leaders as you're preparing for your return to UToledo. And if you miss a week, don't worry. You can go back onto the Rocket Restart website and catch any one of these episodes. If you have questions for our panelists today, feel free to post them in the comments section on Facebook. We'll get through as many questions as we can today, and if we don't make it through all of them, we'll try and pick up with those questions next week. For now, let's get started. Today, we have the pleasure of talking with Dr. Flapp Cockrell, Vice President of Student Affairs and Vice Provost, and Dr. Amy Thompson, Vice Provost and Public Health Expert. Thank you both for joining us. Dr. Thompson, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your background and the role you've played in the university's Rocket Restart plans.
Thank you, Dr. King. I'm very excited to talk with all of you today. Glad that you could join us. I am a professor of public health, and I'm also the Vice Provost of Faculty Affairs here at the University of Toledo. And we've been working diligently since early spring on developing a return to campus plan. We've been working very closely with lots of experts from the Ohio Department of Health, the Lucas County Health Department, and even some of our own infectious disease experts. In fact, we've had some great guidance from Dr. Jennifer Harahan, who's our Chief of Infectious Diseases, around mask wearing.
It turns out that one of the best things about the face masks is that they actually help prevent people who are unknowingly infected. So people who have asymptomatic infection, it prevents them from spreading their infection to other people. And that's why it's actually very important for everyone to participate in this. You know, not wearing a face mask has become a little bit of a political statement. Health is not politics. There's nothing political about coronavirus. Coronavirus does not recognize political ideology. I think it's important for people to realize that your actions influence other people. They influence everyone around you. When people choose not to wear face masks, it gives other people permission also not to wear the face masks.
And that was some great advice on the importance of face coverings. And that's one of the modifications we will have this coming fall in terms of requiring all students, faculty, and staff to wear face coverings and wear them correctly. So over the course of the last 5 months or so, we've really learned a lot more about the COVID-19 virus and how to protect our faculty, staff, and students on campus. As many of you might have known, we are returning back according to the Rocket Restart program. Some of our employees are already back on campus and returning in phases. We also have some really important rocket prevention principles that we will be asking all of those coming to campus to follow. Wearing a face covering, which is also something we already just mentioned, wearing them indoors in buildings. If you're walking across campus, you do not have to have a face covering on as long as you can social distance. We also will be practicing social distancing on campus, which requires everyone to have a 6-foot distance from one another, and this will be also practiced in the classrooms. We are asking that everyone clean their own workspace. This includes faculty, staff, and students. We will be having disinfecting materials in the classrooms and workspaces so that we can keep those clean and disinfected on a regular basis. We also will be limiting travel across the state and to make sure that we are practicing safe practices when leaving campus and coming back. And we also will, of course, monitor and assess our own health symptoms. So one thing we will be asking is that everybody check their temperature before they come to campus and it be below 100.4 degrees, that they're also assessing their symptoms if they have a cough, chills, body aches. We are also very proud to say that we will have COVID-19 testing available on our campus. So that will be available to our faculty, staff, and students to access.
Again, hello, my name is Flapp Cockrell. I serve as your Vice President for Student Affairs and Vice Provost. Thank you all so much for participating in this much needed session. Students, we sincerely hope that you all are doing well, and we most certainly miss you all and look forward to your return to campus in the upcoming weeks. It's going to take all of us working together to keep our campus community safe. All students will be expected to sign a student safety commitment, which is available in your MyUT portal, agreeing to protective behaviors to limit the transmission of COVID-19. This includes self-monitoring your temperature and not going out, even to class, if you have a fever or symptoms of the virus. Maintaining social distancing, as Dr. Thompson just mentioned. Don't worry, we have tons of signage across campus to remind you to maintain 6 feet of distance between you and others. Wearing a mask or other face coverings when you're around others or inside campus buildings. Practicing good personal hygiene habits, like washing your hands or using hand sanitizer. Toledo has installed an additional 350 wall-mounted hand sanitizers throughout campus, in addition to our robust cleaning processes.
Great, so we've got questions coming in.
Dr. Thompson, we'll start with you. We understand Toledo is offering courses in a variety of formats, including face-to-face, online, remote, and hybrid and blended. Can you please tell us the difference between these modalities and how to know which format my course is going to be on?
Absolutely, and I want to say that we have lots of different modalities for our courses to really help meet the needs of lots of our learners. So as you might expect, we have a large number of our classes that are in face-to-face format, where you would be going to the classroom and having instruction there with your instructor. We also have remote instruction, which a student would log on to Blackboard or other software site, and they would have instruction delivered remotely at a given time and day that would be designated to them on their course schedule. We also have truly online programs that are at the preference of the student, so they can go on during the week when they have time and when they can make it work to access the course materials there at their own pace. We also have a hybrid blended model that actually allows for portions of students to come on different days during the week, and when the day that they're not in class, they would be receiving instruction online remotely. So again, those designations will be provided both in email from instructors or also on the student's schedule.
Great, thank you. Dr. Flapp, what happens if my student tests positive for COVID-19 or isn't feeling well and can't attend class? What should they do?
Thank you, Dr. King, for that question. We have the Office of Student Advocacy and Support here at the University of Toledo, and our student advocate, in the event that you test positive, please make sure that you email us, and we will provide the email address for you, as well as the phone number. It will be also listed in your course syllabus, but your student advocate will also reach out to your faculty members to make sure that you are getting the appropriate course content while you're out for COVID. But the most important thing, we want to make sure that your health and well-being stays our #1 priorities. And so your student advocate most certainly will reach out to faculty and staff members on your behalf, letting them know that they need to make some type of accommodations for you while you are dealing with the virus.
Thank you. Dr. Thompson, why did the university decide to change the fall schedule, ending on-campus classes before Thanksgiving?
Absolutely. That was a preventative measure that we took on campus. As you know, Thanksgiving is a time where lots of students go home and travel, and there's an opportunity to be exposed to COVID-19 and perhaps return back to campus. So we took a proactive step in ending instruction right before Thanksgiving and coming back remotely at the week after to have all of our exams online. So we think that was a a good decision to help prevent disease spread in our faculty, staff, and students.
Fantastic. Now, earlier you mentioned that we were going to be limiting travel. Does that mean we will be discouraging students from going home on the weekends? Will they not be allowed to go home and come back?
We absolutely will not be discouraging students from traveling home to see their families. We're actually more focused on business travel within the university and, limiting conference travel and those types of things, again, to keep our faculty, staff, and students safe.
Thank you. With the change in the fall schedule, Dr. Flapp, how will move-in be handled? Can you give us an overview of that?
Yes, move-in is such an exciting time for us at the University of Toledo. It's an opportunity for family members to come on campus to help their students move in, to jumpstart their educational endeavors here at the university. And so at this time, I invite you to watch a short video that my Housing and Residence Life team that they put together with more details about our move-in process.
The University of Toledo will be implementing a new move-in process in order to encourage social distancing and promote the safety of our students, families, and staff. First, please be prepared that you will be required to wear a mask during the move-in process. We will be sanitizing move-in equipment between uses, and hand sanitizer will be available. We are asking our students to move in their belongings before officially moving in on campus. This means setting up your room, departing campus, and returning for Rocket Welcome Weekend. A move-in date and time will be assigned to you. Your date and time will be sent to your Rocket email. If you live within 50 miles of campus, you will be assigned a time between August 2nd and August 9th. If you are coming from further away, you will be assigned a time on or after August 10th. If you are arriving on or after August 10th, you can stay on campus, but will be encouraged to return home and come back Thursday, August 13th. This will minimize the amount of people in the building at a time during move-in. At move-in, you will be directed to Rocket Hall. There will be plenty of signage, so you can't miss it. Please arrive to campus approximately 30 minutes prior to your move-in time so that our staff can properly check you in before you head to your residence hall. Once outside Rocket Hall, you will be greeted by a staff member. Have your Rocket number ready. They will use that to provide you your keys, information packet, a highlighted map with your building location, the holding lot where you'll wait until it is your check-in time, and the lot where you can park your car after you have unloaded your items. Families will wait in the holding lot until there is room for their vehicle to pull up and unload in front of each building. Once you are at your building, staff will assist you with your move-in. You are allowed 2 guests to help move items into your room. After transferring items to your room, only 1 guest is allowed to help unpack. Additional guests are able to wait in their vehicles or outside while you're setting up your new space. During move-in, there will be an adjusted traffic flow in your building to limit the number of people in one space. Each stairwell will be one direction only, a stairwell up and a stairwell down in each building. Elevators may be used one family at a time. One elevator will be used to take items from the lobby to your residential floor. When not transporting items, the other elevator and stairs will be available for you to come back down. There will be staff eager to help throughout this entire process to assist in keeping everything sanitary, efficient, and address any questions or concerns you may have.
Dr. Thompson, we're getting a lot of questions here about face coverings. Tell us again why you feel it's so important to wear a face covering on campus.
Well, face coverings is one of the best things we can do to protect ourselves and protect others from the spread of COVID-19. Many of you, I'm sure, have read or seen on the news that it can be spread through coughing, sneezing, or droplet based. So we want to do everything we can to make sure that we reduce the transmission of COVID-19 on campus.
Would face coverings also include face shields? Is that an option for either students or faculty?
So we are requiring face coverings on campus and not face shields at this time. Face shields really serve a different purpose than face coverings.
What happens if I'm not able to wear a face covering? As a student, can I request an exemption?
You can request an exemption, so we have a form that you would fill out and go through the ADA process.
Perfect. Flapp, what happens if my student test positive with COVID-19, what will student health and others be able to do to help care for them?
Absolutely. So I'll speak a little bit about the residential portion of it. So if a student is residing in the residence halls, we have identified some spaces on campus to support your students. And in the event that we need to provide some support there, support would look like we have the dining center on campus, and we are more than welcome to provide meals to those students. To their residence hall rooms. We're also going to be working with our faculty members, as I mentioned before, with the Office of Student Advocacy and Support, who will make a message over to your faculty members, letting your faculty members know that you're going to be out of class for a period of time. And then we're going to continue to support you through the medical process. In the event that we need to refer you over to our University Health Center, we most certainly would do that as well.
Great. Following up on that, we've got a question here about Dr. Thompson, will every class be recorded so that students who are ill can access the class and stay caught up?
Yes, that's correct. So every class, we're asking faculty to record the lecture so that it can either be streamed or available to students at a later time in case they were ill or had to miss class.
Okay. If one person in the class were to test positive with COVID-19, would the entire class be asked to quarantine for 2 full weeks?
So we work closely with the Lucas County Health Department, and if a student was positive, they would engage in contact tracing and would determine if there was exposure on class. The good thing is if everyone is wearing a mask, there shouldn't be an exposure.
Great, thank you. Dr. Flapp, there's a lot of questions with the different modalities of courses being offered, and many of our students are concerned that if they're taking online classes, will they still be expected to live on campus?
Mm-hmm. At this time, all of our first and second year students are required to live on campus. On or before July 10th, you will be able to review your schedule to look at the modality. And in the event that the majority of your classes are listed as online or remote, you're more than welcome to submit a housing exemption by July the 11th, and it will be reviewed, and you will receive a response regarding if your exemption was approved within the next 2 weeks.
Great, thank you. Another question here for you, Dr. Flapp. Will student organizations still be able to meet, and what kind of events can we expect to see on campus?
Thank you so much, Dr. King, for that question. So, of course, our Weeks of Welcome is such an exciting time for our university. This is an opportunity for our students to connect with student organizations and learn a little bit more about how to get involved in programs and activities at the university. And so to that question, absolutely. We are still encouraging our student organizations to plan their programs and activities. However, we want to be providing some guidance for you that is in the upcoming weeks that my Office of Student Involvement and Leadership that they're working on right now regarding hand washing, utilizing hand sanitizer, social distancing, what have you. But we are still in the process of developing what that guidance will look like. But we're still encouraging our student organizations and our campus leaders to continue to provide the holistic campus experience for our students.
Thank you. Dr. Thompson, if a student has a particular health concern and they are concerned about taking face-to-face courses, is it possible to put together a fall schedule that is 100% online?
Yes, so if someone has some type of medical condition, they would request an accommodation, ADA, and we would work closely with their advisor to do everything we can to ensure that their instruction would be online. The good news is all classes are recorded anyway, so that will also be helpful for those students.
Great, thank you. Dr. Flapp, we've got some questions here about housing. We know that housing has gone to singles, doubles, and triples, and we're no longer offering quads. Talk to us if a student had already made housing arrangements and had planned to live with 3 other roommates. What is the process going to look like on the housing end to make sure that those students get reassigned?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that question. In the event that you would like to make any housing changes at this time, please email us at reslife@utoledo.edu. One of the things that we're doing during this time, we're scheduling one-on-one meetings with students, either via phone or virtually, to talk about your on-campus experience. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable as it relates to your health and safety. And so in the event that you have questions, please contact us and we will make every accommodation to support you.
Great. I'll toss this question out to whoever would like to have it. There's a lot of concern here about if a student is feeling ill, they've got symptoms, Maybe they've gotten a test, but they don't have the results yet. Will they be penalized by their faculty member if they do not attend class?
Our message is clear to students. If you are sick, do not come to class. We want to make sure that you're safe as well as your classmates. We have, obviously the University Medical Center that's available. We're working on delivering telehealth, which is exciting for our students. So, but we certainly, if someone is not feeling well, we do not want to penalize them in their academic studies.
Starting for fall 2020, all of our students will be required to have health insurance. And so in the event that you are exhibiting symptoms and you would like to possibly get a COVID test, as Dr. Thompson said, please call over to our University Health Center and they can schedule an appointment with you. In the event that you want to take advantage of our telehealth services, it will be $59 per visit, and it can be charged to your health insurance. And we are also offering our student health insurance plan here at the University of Toledo this year as well.
Thank you. Following up on that, we are going to be able to offer COVID-19 tests here on campus, and we're going to be offering it both on the main campus and on the health science campus for the convenience of our students. Can you, Dr. Thompson, talk about the type of testing that we do? And I know UTMC has played a huge role in that, and why we're able to offer testing so easily and accessible for our students.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very proud to say that the university has really stepped up in its testing. We were a major contributor to the region in COVID-19 testing and utilizing our expertise. We are doing testing currently at UTMC right now, and through that test, we're actually able to provide the results within 24 hours, which is a lot sooner than a lot of other pop-up testing, et cetera. So very accessible to our faculty, staff, and students, and as we arrive back on campus fully, we'll also have it here available on the main campus.
Thank you. So we've got some questions here about once again, the modality of course offerings, and given that there's going to be such a variety and how classes are offered, are there going to be any reductions in housing or tuition fees associated with that, Dr. Flapp?
Thank you, Dr. King. At this time, we are not planning to have any reductions in tuition or housing and dining fees. Our goal is to provide a quality educational experience for you, and because we are now looking at different modalities, I assure you that your quality of education will not be limited. We're going to continue to provide a quality education for you that will help you as you continue your educational endeavors here at the University of Toledo.
Great. We've got a question about student health insurance, so I think this is you, Dr. Flapp. If a student takes the student health insurance plan for fall 2020, will they still have insurance during winter break?
That is something we're still working through. So let me get some additional information for you. We will most certainly post that information on the Rocket Return to Campus information on the website. And so I don't want to speak prematurely. Let me get some additional information for you.
So we'll be posting that update on the Rocket Restart website. So be checking back to that site. We're updating it daily now, so you'll see when the new information is up. We've got a question here. I'll throw it out to either of you. One student wants to know, what happens if we see a classmate in their personal time that's not social distancing? Perhaps we see they post a picture at a crowded event on a Saturday, and we have class with them on Monday. What advice do you have for that student?
Well, first of all, I want to say that it's important that we all care for one another and respect one another. And this is a team effort for us to stay well and healthy. So it's important that we engage in healthy behaviors, not only for ourselves, but for others. And so I think that that's a message we all should communicate with each other on a regular basis, that we're a caring community here at U Toledo.
And I think that is also the message that we're going to be sharing with our student organizations and our student leaders as well. We're going to ask you all to please help us monitor one another and encourage everyone to please utilize the appropriate PPE because, again, your health and your safety are continue to be among our top priorities. And we want to make sure that we're doing whatever we can to protect you and also your surroundings.
Great. We've seen in recent weeks a spike in COVID cases in some areas of the country. how is the university looking at our plans for the fall and assessing any, maybe making any changes based on the new information that we're getting on a regular basis?
I can tell you that we have committees of individuals meeting on a regular, if not daily basis. We're constantly monitoring the changes in data and cases. We're modifying our plans as we go along. We will be very ready for when campus resumes on August 17th and do everything we can to promote the health and safety of our faculty, staff, and students.
For out-of-state students who are going to be coming in to stay in the dorms, will they be asked to quarantine for 2 weeks?
At this time, no. Our goal is to make sure that we're providing you with the experience here at the university, that we don't want to single out any students in particular, and so we want to make sure that you have a wonderful experience while you're here. But to Dr. Thompson's point earlier, if you are exhibiting symptoms, even once you get here, we're going to be asking you to possibly self-quarantine for 14 days. Please let our student advocate know, or either your hall director if you live within the residence hall. Please make sure that we have that information, because we want to be able to advocate on your behalf to the faculty member, letting them know that you will not be in class for a period of time.
Great. We've seen this week some changes regarding international students taking online courses. Dr. Flapp, can you talk about what the university is doing to make sure that our international students are cared for during this time?
Yes, thank you so much. And so for all of our international students, again, we're looking out for you. We care about you, want to make sure that you have a positive experience here as well. And so I was on a call just yesterday with the Center for International Studies and Programs. Sarah Clark serves as the director there, and she and her team are working around the clock to get you some additional information about what the next expectations are as it relates to you returning to class in the fall. But we want to make sure that you have a positive experience here as well. And so Sarah Clark and the Center for International Studies and Programs is a point of contact there, and we're going to be also providing some additional information on the Rocket Restart website as well, so you will have some guidance on what to do next.
Great, thank you. And I know there were some webinars online, so students should be continuing to check back on the Rocket Restart site as well as on the CISP site for additional information. We've got some questions here about spring semester. It's hard to imagine that we're already thinking about spring semester, but Dr. Thompson, do you know, have we set schedules for the spring semester? And if not, do we have any idea when we might be assessing what that timeline looks like?
We have been discussing spring semester, but as of now, we have nothing that we are ready to release at this time.
Great. Here's a question for you, Dr. Flapp. The students want to know, when will the rec center be open?
So our goal is to make sure that the Recreation Center, as well as the Student Union, are open on August the 17th. We know that health and well-being are among our top priorities as well, so we want to make sure that you are able to return to those spaces. So in regards to the Student Recreation Center, I would encourage you to make sure that you're looking at the website regarding their classes and the different activities, because we are in the midst of a pandemic. Some of the classes may be limited as it relates to social distancing, but the Student Recreation Center is scheduled to open on August the 17th. We look forward to seeing you there. You may see me on a treadmill.
We've got a comment here, Dr. Flapp, you're the man. What kind of restrictions or precautions will student orgs need to abide by when holding student body meetings, Dr. Flapp?
Again, we're working with the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership. In the upcoming weeks, we will most certainly post some information on InvoNet. Your advisors for your student organizations will also receive that content and that guidance. But we want to make sure that we're not penalizing any students. We know that you all still need to meet and conduct your business, but we want to make sure that we're doing it within a safe manner. So within the upcoming weeks, you will receive some additional guidance on student organizations, the capacity as it relates to social distancing.
Great, thank you. We've got some more questions here about students being able to work on campus. Dr. Flapp, will students be able to find jobs on campus?
Yes, we know student employment is so important to all of our students while they're here pursuing their educational endeavors. And so you'll also see some information on the Rocket Restart website and the next weeks as well, in upcoming weeks, regarding employment and what are some of the opportunities. I would encourage you to most certainly visit the Career Services website. There are a couple of opportunities that are currently listed there, but as it relates to maybe returning to your campus employment as you maybe had in the spring, some additional guidance will be forthcoming in the upcoming weeks.
Great, thank you. We've got a lot of questions here about housing and dining, many of which are very specific, and we'll be hosting another webinar specifically on housing and dining in the weeks ahead, so stay tuned for that. We've got some questions here. A student wants to know if a faculty member were to decide to take a class from face-to-face to online mid-semester, do they have the ability to do that, or would they only do that if the university were to make the decision to shut down on-campus operations?
That decision should only be happening if the university made a decision for all classes to go remote.
Okay, great. For the students who are asking about international students, the Center for International Studies and Programs is providing an update on their Facebook page today at 3:30 p.m., so we encourage you to tune in to that. They'll be able to help you with some additional information there. All right. Okay, so we've got some questions about cleaning and other activities that are going to go on in the residential halls. Dr. Flapp, talk to us about what the cleaning protocols are going to look like, especially in like the common areas of the residential halls.
Yes, so we're working with our facilities management team to make sure that we're providing cleaning at least 3 times a day within the common areas, and then within the shared bathroom spaces, it will be 2 times a day. And so once you return to campus in the fall semester, in your welcome packets, it will provide some additional information for you about what the cleaning schedule will be. We're also encouraging students to please also bring maybe their own cleaning supplies to the residence halls. As my mom always says, nobody can clean better than you can. And so we just would encourage you to please make sure that you're practicing social distancing, but at the same time, while you're there in the residence halls, maybe in some of those common spaces, that you're doing your job as well with cleaning some of those spaces.
Great, thank you. I know we don't have all of the specifics yet for dining because we are expecting some exciting changes in that area. But can you talk to us a little bit, Dr. Flapp, about the plan for safe dining? Is grab and go going to be a part of the plan? Will there be distancing in place in the dining halls? And how will we handle diet restrictions, allergies, vegetarian, et cetera, within those same safety precautions?
Yes, thank you, Dr. King, for that question. So in the event that you have any dietary restrictions, as Dr. King mentioned, we do have some exciting news coming in upcoming weeks. We will most certainly connect you with the leader of that unit to provide you with some additional guidance on what you can do as it relates to dietary restrictions. Within our student union and also in all of the other dining facilities on campus, we are going to be providing grab and go and takeout services that are going to be available for you. But at the same time, we are limiting the number of seating capacity in some of those spaces to ensure that we are providing and we're aligning with social distancing guidelines.
I know we talked a little bit about move-in weekend already, but we've got some questions here about the family visiting policy. Once students have moved into campus, will they be able to come and visit with their student in their residential hall?
Yes, we're going to be asking any visitors to the residence halls just to stay in the common space that will be there on the first floor of the residence halls. At this time, no guests will be allowed to go up to the floors in any of the residence halls because we want to make sure that we are continuing to align with our CDC guidelines related to social distancing.
If a student arrives on campus and begins to feel uncomfortable, they just don't feel comfortable in this setting, who should they reach out to talk about those concerns?
Sure. If it's related to students, please, 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 you're more than welcome to reach out to me as your vice president. We also have the dean of students, Dr. Sammy Spann. We also have our student advocate, Ben Weiner, and their offices are located in the student union. My office is located in University Hall. If you are a residential student, please take advantage of your RA, your resident advisor, who's there on the floor. And also you have a hall director as well. Those individuals are there to support you. We also have the counseling center available on campus. Counseling is free and confidential to all of our students here at the university. And so they're willing to talk to you a little bit about things that you might be experiencing. But please, we're here to support you. We want to make sure that you have a wonderful experience. We understand that we're in the midst of a pandemic, but we want to make sure that you feel comfortable on our campus.
Dr. Thompson, you're up. My daughter is in elementary education. Will she be able to do observations in the schools this fall?
So in the various disciplines, there's obviously guidance that the student would have to follow. So for example, whatever's being provided at the school level, and we have lots of different school districts in the area. So they would have to talk with their faculty and really discuss what those parameters are for the individual settings. And that would be the same thing for internships or practicum sites.
I've been preparing campus to make sure that we're adhering to all of the necessary safety precautions. Academic Affairs has been making a lot of changes in the fall schedule to make sure that we accommodate that. When can students expect to have a final schedule for the fall?
Our schedule is going to go live on July 10th and will be available then.
Great. And Dr. Flapp, how does that impact students' housing decisions?
So students, as Dr. Thompson just mentioned, the course schedule will be finalized on July the 10th. After you review your schedule and your classes are remote or online and you feel that you do not want to live on campus, we encourage you to fill out a housing exemption request and we will review that. We would love to have you on campus. I want to make sure that you have a positive experience, but we also understand that there are factors that may go into play that students might need to be at home and what have you. So after you review your schedule on July the 10th, you will have until July the 11th, which is a Saturday, to complete a housing exemption request.
Great. Dr. Flapp, do we anticipate hosting an involvement fair this year to showcase all the student organizations? Is it possible that will look a little different?
Yes, we still plan to host all of the events that we have planned during the Weeks of Welcome, whether it's new student convocation, student involvement fair, what have you. It's probably going to look very different. And it's a possibility that our student involvement fair might be in a virtual format. Of course, we have over 400 plus registered student organizations here at the university, and we know a part of the student experience is getting involved and being a leader in student organizations. And so the student involvement fair most certainly will happen. It will just look very different this year.
So we're getting a few additional questions about concerns if they see a classmate who is not following the prevention principles. If they're not comfortable reaching out or saying something to that classmate, what advice do you have for those students in terms of who can they go to on campus to express that concern?
Sure. So we have the Rocket Care form that is available on the university's website. If you scroll down to the bottom of the website, on the main page, you will see Report a Concern. You're more than welcome to report a concern there. All of those concerns go directly to our student advocate. His name is Ben Weiner, and we review those. And we most certainly will review those concerns, and you also can submit that form anonymously. And so we will most certainly follow up with those students, but please, if you see that students are not following the appropriate PP, what have you, please let us know. Students, we will reach out to you. It will be not a conduct matter. It will pretty much just be a conversation to make sure that we are practicing our PPE here at the university.
What happens if a student shows up for class and they forgot their face covering? What should they do?
Actually recommending that they leave class and obtain the mask, whether they have it, in their room or in their car. I believe there's also going to be some masks available through the Office of Student Affairs. Flapp, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So thank you, Dr. Thompson. Your student government leaders, a special thank you to them and also to other leaders in the Division of Student Affairs. We pulled together some resources, and for all of our students that live within the residence halls, you will receive a face covering, some hand sanitizer, as well as a thermometer. And then your student government leaders, they've also purchased a limited quantity of face coverings, hand sanitizer, and thermometers as well. And so within the upcoming weeks, there will be some more additional guidance for our commuter students who may be watching today. If you do not have access to some of those items that we will include in the Pride Pack, please reach out to us. We will provide a telephone number there as well as the office name that you can stop by and pick up those items.
Great. So we've got some questions about the housing requirement. Dr. Flapp, can you talk to us about the criteria that's considered if a student puts in for an exemption so that they don't have to live on campus?
Absolutely. And so with our housing exemption process, again, is there on the website. You're more than welcome to take a look at it. But we look at things such as students may be caring for a parent or guardian. Students may have some financial difficulty. Students may have a partner and they may most recently gotten married or are engaged. And so we look at a number of different factors. Students, we do ask you to be very thorough in your request if you're going to be requesting a housing exemption, because we want to make sure that when the committee reviews your request, they see your narrative in its entirety. And so please provide as much information for our housing exemption team to make the best informed decision for you.
Dr. Thompson, what can students expect to see in large communal areas like the student union or the library? Will there be changes in terms of capacity for certain areas? What kind of signage will be up? What can they expect to experience when they go into areas like that?
I actually walked through campus yesterday, and there's some great changes that we have made to, again, promote the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff. You will see lots of social distancing signage across campus as a reminder to everyone. You will see some areas where you might have had seating before that might be taped off, and instead of sitting right next to somebody, you might have 2 or 3 chairs in between. We've got, I think, done a really great job of putting up some barrier areas, some clear plexiglass in the library, again, to keep everyone safe. So I think we've done a great job across campus to make sure that we've made any modifications we've needed to promote social distancing.
Great, thank you. So we've got some folks who are joining us here a little bit late and are asking again about the difference between online courses, remote courses, hybrid courses. Can you remind us, Dr. Thompson, about that?
So a remote course would be basically having an assigned day and time where the student would log in and have a synchronous streamed lecture. So that is different compared to an online course where the student can basically go on throughout the week, when they want or when they have time to, and they can view the class materials, when they're able to. So that's very different. We also have some hybrid blended courses where you may come in on one day of the week for the class, and then actually the next time you would meet, it would be online. So they would be streaming a lecture. So again, lots of ways that we're promoting social distancing within the classroom.
Following up on that, if a student is enrolled in an online or remote course, will there still be faculty office hours where they can follow up with a faculty member? How would they go around about making time to speak with a faculty member about something that they may need clarification on from the class?
So all of our faculty are asked to have office hours and to be available for students during the week. Some of those may be done virtual or online.
Great. So faculty will be available as we would expect. All of our student support services will be available as well. Fantastic. We've got some real entrepreneurial ideas going here. One student is suggesting perhaps we could put in mask vending machines. So we've got great ideas flowing. With the rocket logo, right? That's right. All right, we're back to the rec, Dr. Flapp. We've got a question here about will there be any restrictions on groups or organizations that want to use the rec to gather? And if so, how will they learn about those guidelines? so that they can plan their gatherings.
Yes, and so again, the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership, we're in the process of developing some guidance for our student organizations and our clubs regarding how you can reserve a space on campus, whether that's in the student union, the student recreation center, and so more information will be forthcoming. And again, all of the information will most certainly be shared with all of our student organization presidents as well as their advisors.
Great. I think we answered this question already, but Dr. Thompson, just for clarification, will every lecture be recorded for students if they need to catch up?
Yes, we've been asking our faculty to record every lecture and make it available after the fact as well.
Great, thank you. Dr. Flapp, here's the million-dollar question. Are we going to have homecoming, and will there still be a parade?
Yes, we're still planning to have homecoming. The homecoming committee, they've been meeting over the last couple of months to make sure that everything is ready, set to go for October. Again, homecoming might just look a little bit different from what we are used to. And so we're asking everyone to please come out in October to celebrate, our homecoming of the university. But we're planning to have a homecoming. It's just going to look a little bit different this year.
Here's a great question. We've got a student who's looking for some advice about how do you stay healthy and keep a strong immune system so that you don't get sick. Do you have any advice on how to become less stressed in college?
Well, I think we have a lot of resources on campus to actually help with stress. I know Dr. Flapp has mentioned the rec center, and working out is a great stress reducer. We also have our counseling center that's available on campus that's a student resource. I think that there's, again, dining options, eating healthy foods, doing a lot of the rocket prevention principles that we also talked about that can also reduce your risk of getting ill, washing your hands, wearing your face coverings correctly. All of those things are very, very important to staying well.
Great. And we also have a number of metro parks in the area. Feel free to take advantage of those as well. But we have a number of activities that will be, that you'll see in upcoming weeks that will be listed on the website. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 400 plus registered student organizations. I always like to tell students you cannot be involved in all 400 registered student organizations. Find 2 or 3 organizations that you're really, really passionate about. Get involved in those organizations, make a difference, but you cannot and will not be involved in all 400 registered student organizations.
Great. So we've talked a little bit about the housing exemption deadline has been moved to July 11th. What happens if a student registers after that and then decides that they'd like to put in for an exemption? Is there any wiggle room on that deadline?
Yes, we will most certainly be accommodating for you. We understand that we're in the midst of a pandemic and want to be accommodating as possible. Some of you all, as students, you might not have a decision made by the 11th because you may still need to talk to your parents and family members. We're just asking if you would please just maybe drop us an email at reslife@utoledo.edu and let us know that you and your family members are still considering whether you want to live on campus or not. And then we'll most certainly work with you. We're going to be very accommodating for you and your family members.
Great. I'll throw this out for whoever would like to have it. I know we're still working on details about dining because, like we said earlier, we've got some exciting news that we're going to be announcing in the next week or so. But for the student who loves the all-you-can-eat buffet, what can they expect to see in terms of changes in the dining hall?
So we do follow our health department guidelines in terms of food service. And so currently, under our guidance, there are no buffets, but that's the same for restaurants throughout the state as well.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also say that within the upcoming weeks, I know Dr. King mentioned this earlier, there will be a special segment on housing and dining, and so we'll be able to provide some additional information for you during that time.
We've got a question here about if a student runs into an issue, maybe they're ill, they weren't able to attend class, and they find out that the faculty member is not recording the session, or they're having trouble getting the materials from class. Who should they reach out to on campus to help them with that?
We have the Office of Student Advocacy and Support. Ben Weiner serves as a student advocate there. Please contact Ben Weiner, let Ben know, and then what our office will do, we will reach out to that faculty member to try to get the lecture notes so we can make sure that you are adequately prepared for the next class once you do return.
Great. We've got some other folks who are jumping in here with us, and I think we already covered this, but Dr. Thompson, remind us, face coverings are going to be required of all faculty, staff, and students where?
So anytime you enter a closed space like a building, you will be required to wear those. If you are in a space where you can be alone by yourself, so for example, in an office, in your residence hall room, you do not have to have your face covering on. If you're walking across campus and you're able to social distance, you're able to take your face covering off when you're outside.
If I'm walking through the residence hall, I should be wearing a face covering.
Absolutely.
And I know, Dr. King, you mentioned that some individuals most recently joined. As I shared earlier, all students who live within the residence halls, they will be provided a face covering, a thermometer, and some hand sanitizer. And the student government leaders, special thank you again to our student government leaders. They purchased a limited quantity of face coverings, hand sanitizer, and thermometers. And so we will share the information in upcoming weeks where you can pick up those items, as well as the telephone number of how to reach one to reserve one.
Fantastic. We love that Rocket community spirit. All right, well, we're getting down to the end of our time here today. Is there anything either one of you want to share with the group that we haven't covered?
Just that we are very excited for our students to come back to campus. We have missed you. We have done everything we can to make our campus safe for your return. We've been working around the clock, and we're just excited to have you back.
I echo Dr. Thompson's comments. For our parents and family members who are watching today, or please know that we're doing everything we can to take care of your students. I strongly encourage all of you all to please sign up for our Parent and Family Association. Membership is free. Each week, the provost, Dr. Karen B. Yorkman, and I are sending updates to parents and family members about what's happening. And we also encourage you to continue to participate in these Wednesday sessions. Dr. King and her team, thank you so much. They're in the process of making sure that we're communicating this information to our students and our parents. And so parents and family members, please sign up for the Parent and Family Association. Is most certainly free. Ben Weiner is responsible for the Parent and Family Association, so you will see a lot of communication information going out through Ben Weiner. I always like to provide parents and family members with my office email address. I personally answer those emails. It's studentaffairs@utoledo.edu. If you have some additional questions that you would like to follow up with me about, by all means, feel free to let me know. But again, thank you all so much as parents and family members for entrusting the University of Toledo with an opportunity to educate your student. We sincerely appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Thompson, Dr. Flapp. We really appreciate you taking the time to answer our questions here today. I know there are going to be lots more questions, so I want to remind everybody that we'll be back here next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. We're going to be discussing academic success. We will have Provost Karen Bjorkman and the Assistant Provost for Student Success and Retention, Dr. Julie Fisher-Kinney, joining us. We're going to be talking all things course-related, the modality questions you've got. If you've got questions specific to your labs or your clinicals, we want to answer them. If you've got questions about what kind of resources we have to make sure that your student is successful, we're going to be ready to answer those questions here next week. In the meantime, we do want to encourage everyone to continue to check out the Rocket Restart website. You can access it from the U Toledo homepage. We are updating that on a regular basis. There's also a form on there where you can send us questions, and we will not only answer you directly, but we're using that as a form to be able to add in the FAQs so that we can help share the information that you are looking for with all of your classmates. So with that, we wish you a great day, and go Rockets.